George, good morning to you. And this is a reversal. The administration had been touting this new plan to guide ships through the critical Strait of Hormuz as the next phase of this conflict. But overnight, the president putting all of that on pause to see if a deal with Iran can be reached.
Just 48 hours after saying the U.S. would help guide stranded cargo ships through the Strait of Hormuz, President Trump announcing he is pausing Project Freedom for a short period of time. The president saying he wants to see whether the agreement can be finalized and signed with Iran. Just hours earlier, Secretary of State Marco Rubio dubbing Project Freedom the next stage of the war.
The operation is over. Epic Fury, as the president notified Congress, we're done with that stage of it. Okay, we're now on to this Project of Freedom.
But it's unclear what, if any, progress there's been in negotiations between the U.S. and Iran. It's the latest of several reversals for the war that's now in its 10th week. The president launched Operation Epic Fury on February 28th. On April 7th, both sides agreeing to a ceasefire. And then on Sunday, the president announced Project Freedom, only to pause it 2 days later. This morning, the Strait of Hormuz remains at a virtual standstill. Only 2 commercial ships crossing under Project Freedom, more than 1,500 lined up waiting. The pause comes amid uncertainty about the state of the fragile ceasefire. Iranian state media airing this video claiming to show the Iranian military firing warning shots at U.S. Navy ships near the Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. retaliating, sinking 6 Iranian military boats. Secretary Rubio claiming that response is just part of a new phase of the war.
We are only responding if attacked first. This is a defensive operation.
The president insisting that the ceasefire is still in place.
They've fired at U.S. ships several times in the last 24 hours. What do they need to do to violate the ceasefire?
Well, you'll find out, because I'll let you know. They know what to do, and they know what to do. They know what not to do, more importantly.
So the president is still set to head to China next week for a trip that was supposed to be focused on trade. Overnight, we saw Iran's foreign minister land there for meetings with his Chinese counterpart, as China says they're willing to play a greater role in brokering peace in the Middle East, George.
And Rachel, here at home, the president had some successes with his Republican retribution campaign overnight.
Yes, George, and it's unusual to see a president get involved in a state legislative primary race and to see so much money be poured in. But the president vowed political payback for a group of Republicans in Indiana who refused to go along with his demands to redraw the congressional maps in that state to favor Republicans. Well, overnight, at least 5 of the 7 candidates the president backed defeated the incumbents, showing the president's influence over Republicans ahead of the midterms election, George.
Rachel.